Hey, what's up? This is Jason, RJ Cosmic Bricks. RJ, that's for Ruby and Jason. Um, I want to let you know this is my most valuable piece here. This is the piece Ruby Lee and I first made together. Um, she was just a little, kind of a pretty young kid. I'm thinking she was around 4, but and soon after we end up doing the Saturn V. By the time I think she was around 6 or so, maybe. Yeah, I'd say around 6. We did the roller coaster. It was a little bit too complex, I would think, uh, for someone that age. Um, we actually ended up returning it, which, believe it or not, it's a long story of how I got into Lego um, with my daughter. But, anyways, um, so I keep that piece up there as I see and reminds me of us. And she was in here for a little bit. My gosh, she's so right now with these classes with the AP chemistry, AP physics, AP calculus. It's a lot of homework, and with the sport, it's definitely challenging her. But so far, she's run on top of it, but definitely feeling it. So we'll see how it goes. And it was nice that she came in and helped me just for a little bit this evening. But I think it's gotten us on the right track. And what we're planning on is a Monday open. Okay, so today's Tuesday. So Monday, I will be open. If it's possible, I might try to open up this Friday. And anybody out there, I hope you come to my YouTube channel, hear me out a little bit. Listen, I think the more you see us and talk to us, whether it's, I mean, I won't get into a lot of the people, but Brick in the Bucket, but you know, a lot of them, Pops Blocks. There's a lot of people out there that have been out there talking about Lego for many years, and I think seeing the YouTube channel allows you to have a connection with knowing that it's a person that's legitimate. It's not some weird situation. You don't want to be buying stuff from somebody that's kind of supporting bad habits in other ways. At least I don't. So the thing I will always be asking is be understanding. This is a major, major thing, and it'll sink me, or I hope I can swim and we can get through this. But at the same time, I realize I can't have Ruby Lee doing too much with all her studies. So if everything works out, I can at least maybe shut the store down after, like, if I do get orders where I feel like it's too much for me, because I might not be able to find things. That's where I'm starting to realize I have some boxes back in the back there. I have boxes in the other room that I might have stuff in them. I know I have stuff in them, but it's good stuff. So we'll see. But what do I want to talk about? That stuff about the pre-order stuff. Again, I realize people are busy, and sometimes they find that niche of being able to do pre-order. They get their items sent to them, no worries. It's legit, I guess. But I would only say get them through Bricklink, Brick Owl, and probably be half the price. Um, I don't know. I guess I just don't know. But what else? What this is really hard to talk about things that are sold as used and new. Most of us get into this of if you're a buyer or if you're a seller. And one of the sellers, I was looking on his YouTube post of his worst Bricklink order came in, and it was pretty disturbing to see how bad a minifig was. You know, we try, at least I try to keep all my minifigs in these cases, okay? Whether it's Star Wars, okay, Marvel, we have Ninjago, Mario Brothers, Harry Potter, you know, Toy Story, Avatar. There's a lot of difference, and these are like the CMF series, okay, and 26, 29. You know, I'll keep them in a case like this, okay? So, yes, you see the minifig. I kind of put them on Verily so I don't lose the parts. And I do keep the sleeves over here and the instructions and all that. Or if they just want to order the individual one, which is another option. Now, if they want it in the pack, I have them over here just in the packs. But you don't know what's in the pack. I can't feel, you know, 2,000 CMFs, but what we do is we will like do a slit on the side or something to look and see what's inside to verify it and try to seal it back up. That's normally what we do. But now with the newer ones, we can just scan it and you don't even have to bother open it, so you'll know what it is, which is kind of nice. So a lot of those sets that I have, even like the even the Marvels, D&D, there's a lot of them in there that are already like that. So it makes it a lot easier getting something that says new and it really be new. Not new, but it's been opened to verify it. I don't, even for me, I'm kind of like, well, that's really not new. And I ran into this with the instructions. So I was going through, I have a whole bunch of instructions down here. And, okay, so this is what I get into, okay? So here's a TIE Fighter, okay? These are new instructions. I've never used them, you know. Now, technically, it's used. I did flip through it. Now, it should be new, but these were not put into the sleeves, okay? The sticker that came with this was also just dropped in the box. So that's why these are a little different than this. But now, in the listings, if I believe in the like Slave 1 or Betrayal Cloud City, the listings, and mine's not in there, I don't have it posted yet, but it says new but opened to remove the sticker sheet. So my question is, how is it new if it's opened? You open it and you resealed it. I guess then that's like new, but not new. This is new. This has never been opened. That's why the sticker sheet's still in it. If I take the sticker sheet out, sticker sheet's still new, right? It hasn't been used. I didn't use the book, it would still be new. Okay. I guess I get it. I just felt like, shouldn't the sticker sheet be sold with the book instructions if it came that way, where these did not come that way? So the sticker wasn't in the packet, it was actually just in the box. So it's really weird, because I'm like, if you're buying the sticker sheet, don't you want the instructions? Are you like building it, maybe? I mean, it'd be nice to have. I understand if you're like, well, I like it, it'd be nice to have. Are you going to send it to me for free? then yeah, I get the point, right? Kind of like, well, but I'm like, if it's the money that's keeping you from buying it, you shouldn't even be in Lego. I mean, find something else that doesn't cost much money, because this is a hobby. Um, it's an activity. I've known a lot of people, from PhDs to architects, engineers, that have built in Lego and have enjoyed it, and actually have improved on it, not for Lego's purposes, but for their purposes. Um, there is a structural aspect of an intuitive nature of understanding how to do things, just even based upon the bricks. Lego nowadays is so much more technical and hint, hint, technique. But some of these things, what was I looking at? I don't know where it was. It's like these here, these are these pieces here. Okay. So a lot of technical parts coming out. And again, it's all Minecraft mainly. Yeah, come look. Halloween's coming. Get your pumpkins. So that's my situation of like, well, I really like Lego for other reasons besides what I'm building is kind of maybe neat. I like things I've seen. It's hard to look at certain things that I haven't seen and built, but there are a few, right? But even like the Saturn V rocket, yeah, I remember visiting, the Space Center out there in Texas. Mona Lisa, remember visiting the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower. You can go to Burj Khalifa. You see all this stuff. Now, when you say, well, the Slave One, yeah, I watched it on TV. Okay. Um, certain things that I don't know that I've seen in person, but I've built, are more towards Speed Champions. Um, there are certain cars I've never seen in person. So maybe maybe there's something behind all that. Um, Same thing with One Piece coming out. What else is out there? The Endurance, the Titanic. These are things. No, we haven't seen them in person, but we've read about them. We've heard the stories. It's interesting. The Viking Village. Everything that we see has that like presence or the history behind it that's intriguing to us. And then there's other things that have no interest to me that are more like Fortnite, because I don't know anything about it. But it's cool. It's neat looking, but I have to ask people about it. Where Minecraft, yeah, I understand Minecraft. It's been around, I guess, longer than Fortnite. Correct me if I'm wrong. At least for me, it has. I remember when Minecraft was coming out, and I remember the time when I think it was Microsoft that bought it, and I'm just like, what's going on? But the chess, oh my gosh, that giant chess set that I've seen Duck Bricks, and uh, when he bought it, I think he was in Germany. It's just mind-boggling to see that set and the detail of it. Thinking, what were the people thinking when that was available? But it must not have been very obvious, that it was available for a lot of people, because I had never seen it when I was a kid, and vice versa. It must have been expensive for the average person. So, you know, I thought my parents were somewhat middle class, but we never had Legos, so I guess we really weren't. it's kind of awkward, but I don't say I regret it. Just, you know, I'm glad I got into it when I did with my daughter. So, alrighty, but with my Bricklink store, when me and my daughter we get it open up, maybe I'm gonna try to get it open up Friday, because then it's like, oh, whatever orders I get on a Friday, I have the weekend to work on it. At the same time, anybody, if y'all can watch this, I'll probably be leaving a lot more videos this week leading up to this. It's more about try to work with me a little bit. Understand with RJ Cosmic Bricks, it really means the world to my daughter and me that we have our best foot forward, that we do our best with this, and we're going to give it. I mean, everything. I've put in literally a couple years in this, literally several years, and all the people out there that have Bricklink stores, I mean, praise hands down the difficulties it is to have a store with a couple 100,000 parts, to manage it, to maintain it, to do the part outs. Deep down inside, I honestly believe, oh, I hate to think it, but I'm kind of like, you might have been better off to just bought someone else's Bricklink store to get started. Because in reality, they have that setup structure a little bit better than you creating it yourself. Long term, you know, might not be if you're merging with another one, but with your own. But if you were just like starting out and be like, hey, you know, I'm not going to, so, I'm not going to do everything on my own. I'll just buy someone else's Bricklink store. This, like, these doors are hard to open, but oh gosh. I mean, so you see, I mean, there's tons of them in there, right? So, oh, what's in here? So, I have a lot of stuff in there, and then here, you see, my room is literally a mess, but I have a lot of stuff in there, boxes, and boxes. But anyways, we'll get through it, and I'll start getting stuff a little more organized. I tell you, when Ruby and I started on this and was able to get it pretty much done, I think that really made a huge difference. So there's, my gosh, Singapore, London. So deep down inside, I wish I had room. I remember I'm in an apartment, but if ever one day, you know, we're able to get a small house, I even thought, like, even like if I could live in a shipping container, you know, like 2 shipping containers, do some construction, you know, getting them set up and everything, but just have them furbished inside, you know, with the basics, right? I mean, look at what we live in an apartment. It's disgusting to think, you know, you have to spend $1,000 just to make payment on a place like this. That's not for you. It's for some corporate investment company that owns these, and you know, they make a lot of money, and that's great for them to have that capability to invest and do these things. But for individuals that are on the very low end, it's such of a diversity gap between trying to get out of that low income to be able to afford a house. You know, look, you know, I'm not the only person that's gone through a really bad divorce, but these things economically destroy you, and um, you're resetting. And if you're resetting when you're 30 years old, it's a lot better. I can only tell you, when you're in your 50s, um, and I really have a lot of sympathy for my ex, because it had to be hard on her, because at that age, um, it's a really tough battle to get back on your feet. You're When you've lived with somebody for 25 years of your life, you become fixed in habits of ways things get done, and um, it's just hard to get back into the change of everything. And I know it's harder in certain countries, and she went back to her country, and that's fine. And we're in good terms. She's a great person, um, but at the same time, it's like shipping containers. I really think it's like it's a really good fix, I think. But at the same time, in my mind, I can see running the piping through there and doing electrical work. I could mentally probably be able to do a lot of it. Um, and that's not the case for a lot of people. And in that case, yeah, you can't afford to do a lot of this stuff. But a shipping container, if you just had a parcel to build on without the codes, um, instead of paying $1,000 a month on a rental like this, I could be building something for my future. And yeah, that's really why I hope to get into this. Um, get my daughter through school, obviously, one priority. Then prep for college coming up for the next year, and my two boys, and we're we're working on all that, trying to see how things go, and when that will occur. So, you heard me. Monday for sure, but possibly Friday, just do like a rough opening. Maybe I get some orders in. I'll have the weekend to work on it and be able to look at it as well. I need to shut down Monday because I won't be able to fill the orders. I'll be contacting everybody, the progress, because if I start picking an order that's taken me way too long, where I'm like, I'll need 3 days before I get all these orders filled. Just that's where I need to, because it's all new to me. I know people out there. If you've said it out there, you stupid. Look, I agree with you somewhat, but please try to understand. I did not know how this was going to turn out. I started a Bricklink store, okay, when I was trying to move to Spain, okay, to be with my daughter. And during all that time, COVID broke out. I was in China, and it just went to hell in a handbasket. Everything I was putting money into, gone. It was just like, oh gosh, you would have, if you knew how much it changed in just like cost for shipping. I had all this stuff in like a post shipping container, and it literally goes from like 2,500 to, I mean, there's like what, 15,000. That's the price difference. So when people talk about part out rates of like 2.5 to 3, how about negative? That's that's where some of it comes, because by the time you get out of that shipping cost, oh gosh. But you know what you do? You don't throw it all away. So yeah, it just caught me in a bad spot. But luckily, you know, I have my health. I'm alive. My daughter, got, great kid, and just pushing along. So I'll stop rambling on. But hey, everyone, I'm telling you, get the Mona Lisa. You're gonna regret it if you don't get the Mona Lisa. People say, oh, it's so ugly. So is the painting. The original painting's ugly. So it's quite intriguing to me that they didn't try to make it look too good. I know it's so awkward to think that way, but if you would have made that Mona Lisa look really nice, no, you would have had a problem. It's the Lego. If you were too much into all the curves and texture, no, it wouldn't have looked appropriate. So to me, it's one of them sets you're gonna regret later thinking, yeah, that was there, and I didn't get it. Not just because of the frame, which is badass. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Even if you have other pictures later on that you want to use in frame, how much is a good frame? I honestly don't know what a good frame is, but let's say it's $40. I don't know. And you can have a Lego frame with the metallic silver, and I know it's like $80. You can get the damn thing for $80. So big win. That's all I can say. Honestly, if it goes down to like $60, damn, that would be so sweet. Those the Mickey sets up there, man, I think I got those like $25. Yeah, and I think they were like $90 originally. And I can't think of some of the others, but yeah, the Mona Lisas I paid $90 for, almost the original RSPVP. You notice how I said that real quiet because I couldn't say it correctly. The original manufactured retail price, MRSP, right? Yeah. A lot of those 3-in-1s back in there, the Star Wars, most people don't get them for $50, but you have a hard luck trying to get those when they go really on that super discount for like $25, because they're there and gone quick. I mean, within hours, if not even that. So if you can get them for like $40, I think it's kind of nice. If it's a good scenario, I mean, you gotta watch what you're getting, right? The one there with the Ahsoka, it's like, even though I think, yeah, it's going to retire this year, that was out there for a long time. Not one of the best sets to buy into, but all right. Well, holler at me, anybody else out there, what you got going on, what you're doing. Please, hit me up on my account with the RJ Cosmic Bricks. I don't even know what my Facebook page is. My daughter set all that stuff up, but I think we need to revisit that and make sure I have at least a 2-day time period to fill orders, and get all that other stuff straight and chaotic. Alrighty, wish you all the best. Bye bye.